All right, let's see. Pop up the chat. Recording set. All right, guys. I'm gonna pop out the chat. Let me know if you can hear me before we start. Still got like 2 more minutes, but I'll start early anyway. All right, cool. All right, I'll probably wait it out. But well, we have like 2 minutes to start. So if you have like some questions from last week's lecture, just type it in chat and we can do that for like another minute so everybody gets in here. And today we're going to be talking about dApps and wallets, mostly wallets. Hopefully everybody has made like a MetaMask. Let me just type it in Discord that we're live. All right, and I think we're just about ready to start. All right, just letting people know in Discord chat one last time. All right, now let me share my screen. How do you choose which pool? Hold on, I'm gonna get to questions in a second. Just share screen. Desktop, share. All right, let me know if you guys can see my whole screen. And I close the chat. All right, cool. All right, so we're ready to start. It's like midnight over here my time. I'm in Europe right now, so still getting used to the time difference. But yeah, let's start. All right. Cool. Oh shit, I gotta mute everybody, don't I? Mute. Participants. Just mute everybody and mute all. All right, cool. All right, so like I said, we're going to be talking about wallets mainly. Hopefully, most of you, people have been messaging saying that they've not only made their MetaMask wallet, but they're like depositing into Pool Together and Aave and stuff. So hopefully, a good amount of you have done that already. So you'll kind of be like not left behind. But yeah, let's talk about wallets. And I'm going to start with this like really cool animation, which is like the best segue into what we're gonna talk about today in today's lesson. So this is a visualization and probably the coolest one I've seen of the blockchain, right? So don't pay attention to the right-hand side, that's Bitcoin's blockchain. Pay attention to the left-hand side, right? So what we got here is on the left, all these like colored squares. On the very, very left, like where you see the MetaMask icon, those are apps, right? Those are DeFi apps. And the people represent individual transactions. So like if I send CJ $10,000 of Ethereum, that's going to be represented by one of these people walking from MetaMask onto a bus. And I don't know if you guys remember from last lecture, those of you that were here, we talked about how blockchains, it's basically just like a big ass database, like a big Excel sheet, right? And every transaction is a new row. So basically that Excel sheet is broken up into blocks, right? That's why we call it the blockchain. And it's like a database that's in blocks, and each bus represents a block, right? Hopefully you guys are still with me there. So every time you want to do a transaction, whether it's like sending money to a friend or depositing into Pool Together or depositing into Aave or taking a loan, that's a transaction that gets added into the blockchain, right? The big database. And no transactions are free, right? So, and that's for security purposes. And we'll talk about that later. But like, let's say I'm depositing into Aave, right? My transaction, like So how should I put this? Like each bus has an entry fee, right? And the bus driver is technically a miner, like an Ethereum miner, somewhere out in the world who is like driving or taking that block of transactions to the blockchain, right? And the way the system works right now, at least, is it's like a bidding system. So if you want to pay the extra money to get on that very like first bus and get sent to the blockchain like immediately or quick, you're gonna have to pay more money, right? So if you don't care about like if you want to wait like 30 minutes, like you're not in a rush to send your like friend like half an Ethereum or something, or like $20, you can set a lower gas price and you'll be put into a bus that's like more towards the back. So it's all supply and demand, right? It's not like the best system, but it's being worked on. There's a big upgrade coming in July for Ethereum, at least, that's trying to step away from like the current setup of like this auction model. And but anyway, uh yeah, this is how the blockchain works. I hope like I explained it well, but basically every transaction has to get on one of these buses, right, to go to the blockchain. And the more you pay, the quicker you get there. The less you pay, the slower you get there. It's kind of like an auction based. And the bus drivers are technically like miners all over the world that are securing the network, and they're being rewarded for actually approving transactions on the Ethereum blockchain. I'm going to pause for 1 second, open up the chat, and just make sure everybody's with me. Like, did that kind of make sense? Let's see. I think that was a good explanation. I love that visual too. How does one become a miner? I won't get into it too much. Probably not in this lecture. Oops. All right, so it looks like, all right, cool. Looks like y'all understood that. All right. So on to the next. All right, cool. So we're done with that visualization. All right, let's talk about wallets, right? I don't know how many of you set up your MetaMask over the last week that went by since our first lecture, but hopefully a good amount of you. Your wallet, which I kind of talked about this in the first class, is your literal login to DeFi. This is the best way I can explain it. So when you make like an account on a new finance app like TD Ameritrade or PayPal or Venmo, like how do you get funds there, right? You always have to link you link your bank account, right, to fund your PayPal or Venmo or whatever. Well, that's your MetaMask. Your MetaMask is your bank account basically, and you link it immediately onto like Aave or Compound. And the good thing about DeFi is, like, I don't know how many of you guys have experienced this, but like I make a stock trading account or something, and to verify my bank, they're like, okay, we sent you 2 random deposits of like anywhere between 1 cent and like 22 cents. Tell us how much to verify your account. Like, and that takes, days to do. But with MetaMask and with DeFi, like you can literally just click connect, approve, and your bank account is ready like to fund any like app, any DeFi app that you want to use. So, it's these little things in DeFi that like make a big difference. And not just DeFi, but a wallet may seem like obvious, but it's one of those moving parts that like when you really start using it and start understanding like how powerful it is, really makes a difference. But yeah, wallet, it's not hard to explain, right? It has a couple functions. You can send money, right? You can receive money to it, just like a bank account. You can connect it to, the only way you can use dApps is if you connect your wallet. And you can also like swap on MetaMask, but I prefer to like use a decentralized exchange. I won't get into that right now. And somebody just asked me actually before the class started about hardware wallets. And yeah, you can use hardware wallets. So the reason that they're considered more secure is because they're offline, right? If I put a file on a USB, right, and I have the USB here, none of you, like, it's impossible for any of you to get the files on this USB through the internet, right? So that adds a layer of security because there's no virus that can get it. There's nothing, right? Even if my Wi-Fi is hacked, if I have my USB like in my hand, nobody can get it. But then the thing is, like, it's as secure as you make it, because if you lose it, then like that's it. Like there's no getting it back. And that's why I don't really use a hardware wallet personally. I just don't trust myself, but a lot of people do. And it comes down to preference. So there's all types of wallets, and MetaMask isn't the only like hot wallet that you can use either, but it is the most popular one, I'm pretty sure. So that's why I recommend it. And it's still so early, so the user interface is not the best for like anything in DeFi almost, but it's early, man. It's early in the game, so everything is only going to get better. So yeah, that's basically it for wallets. I mean, it's not like this complex topic, even though it's like so important to the whole DeFi ecosystem, right? Let's see. Yeah, so you connect to apps. It's like your login, it's your like key. It holds your crypto assets. It's literally your bank on steroids. That's what I call it. Right. So let me hop in the chat for 2 seconds and make sure everybody's on the same page. Did that like wallet explanation make sense to everybody? I feel like we're moving along pretty quick. Jorge has a question. I'm gonna take like not even 2 minutes to answer. All right, perfect. Yo, Jorge, you got a question?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My question was, so I'm trying to get into Alchemix. I watched your video from YouTube, the dude that bought a boat.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how do I figure out like when my loan will pay itself off? Like how do I figure out what time range I'm gonna be given? Like
I got you. By the way, yeah, we are recording. Golo asked that in the chat. So for Alchemix, there's, even though they do have like a calculator, I'm pretty sure, on their website, like at the bottom, maybe they removed it. Snapshot forums. Yeah, they did have one linked, but the thing is with Alchemix, it's all dependent on like the yield that Alchemix is able to generate through their backend, which connects to another app. So that's always changing, and at best you can get like an estimate of the current rate. So yeah, there's no like surefire way to tell you like, yeah, it'll take 1 year or 2 years or 5. So yeah, that's the question.
yeah, that was the question.
Yeah. All right, cool. I'm just gonna move on. I'm not gonna take way too many questions like I did last time, just because last time was like I was trying to gauge where everybody's at as far as like different levels of education on DeFi, but it was like pretty obvious that everybody's like on a similar page. So next thing, actually, I might as well just talk about MetaMask and show you guys. So I've gotten a lot of questions, which is good because a lot of people are like out there making a MetaMask and trying all these dApps, which I'm impressed. Like how many people have messaged me saying like, hey, I deposited, this much into Aave, I'm earning Matic. Somebody in the chat just said they're in the sushi lottery pool. That's like, yeah, that's what's up, man. That's the key to getting ahead in DeFi, is just trying stuff. When I started, I didn't know much either, but I promise you, like, doing is learning in this space, because everything's changing so quick. If you read about something, wait like a month, that knowledge might be outdated. So it's all about just doing. So let's cover, can everybody see my MetaMask when I open it on my screen before I start like telling you guys what everything is? I want to make sure that everybody can see the pop-up. All right, cool. So this has kind of gotten some confusion, I think. Your public address, right here, which you can copy to clipboard and paste anywhere. This is like, it's like your email address, except it's not for like sending text back and forth. It's for sending money, right? And it represents your Ethereum wallet. And the way to identify Ethereum addresses, they all start with 0x. So I know they're like a long ass string of like numbers and letters, but they all start with 0x, and that's how you can identify it. So if you want somebody to send you money, you can just copy it and paste it somewhere, or email it, text it, whatever. What I like to do is, if I'm like, let's say I'm on Coinbase, I just bought some Ethereum and I want to send it to one of my MetaMask wallets, I click on these three dots and I click account details. And now you have the QR code. So you can literally scan it with your camera and Coinbase recognizes it, and you don't have to paste or like worry about misspelling, or, leaving a letter off, and, something like that happening. So I use the QR code when I can. And I'll also go over this. I don't know if it'll be in this lecture, but there is a username system for Ethereum wallets, which you can buy, and they're like Instagram usernames basically that represent your address. So if like one of you guys wanted to send me money, instead of me telling you this like long ass phrase, or not phrase, but like address, I can register krisk.eth, right? That's how they all end. krisk.eth, and just be like, yeah, just send the money to krisk.eth, right? It's so much easier. And it's like a username system basically, which is pretty cool. And yeah, if you guys want me, I'll talk about that like at the end or something. But yeah, it's definitely like a step up as far as like user experience goes, because it's really hard and confusing sometimes, especially to new people, to deal with these like long Ethereum addresses. But yeah, if you're sending money, you have the QR code option, and you can also just copy paste your MetaMask. Basically, it's really confusing at first when you're making it, because it gives you a seed phrase and then tells you to make a password, and it's like, which one, like which is which, what's more important. But basically your seed phrase that they give you, or they generate for you, in the order that is generated, is like your master password that never changes. And the weird thing is, it can't be changed, right? So that's like your private key, and that's what you don't want to lose, right? So always make sure to write it down on paper, put it on like an old phone that's not connected to the internet, something. Make sure it's, always back up your seed phrase and don't share it, like Edson just said. So your seed phrase is your master password. And then it gets confusing because they tell you, all right, make a password, and like, why? Basically, your password is like your local session. So on your computer right now, if I make a password that's like Kris123, I can log in and out of my MetaMask. Like if I click lock, it will, like right here, if I click lock, it'll basically sign me out, and I can get back in using the password that I created, right? But if I forgot that password, it's not really a big deal, because I can just use my seed phrase to reestablish my account. It can be confusing. I hope they like switch that whole like wording and onboarding process, because it's not the best. But yeah, MetaMask is basically just an interface for your Ethereum wallet. That's all it is. It'll show your assets, and sometimes it won't. A lot of people freak out and like message me like, hey, I just sent my funds to Polygon, but it's not showing in my MetaMask, and like I'm trying to add like a custom token, but it's not showing up. If that happens to you, don't worry, it's probably like nothing. MetaMask isn't like the end all be all for your crypto. So the way to check it, like for real, if it's in your wallet, is on etherscan.io. Etherscan.io. That is like the standard blockchain explorer for Ethereum, right? And I just pulled up like a random wallet. So once you get here, it's not really pretty to look at. It's actually confusing for most, but if you want to check on like if like a token is in your wallet, like in your possession, what you want to do is come to this drop down right here. And then once you open it, it'll list out all the Ethereum tokens that are in your wallet. So even if they're not showing on MetaMask, they'll be here. So what you want to do is like bookmark etherscan.io, and you can just literally copy and paste. So like copy, and paste your address into the search, and then wait for it to show up and click on it. And you can like explore, see the inner contents of your wallet. That's basically it. Etherscan. Any questions so far? I got a couple more things to talk about as far as MetaMask goes. All right. Seems like everybody's good. Let me just make, all right. Cool. So your MetaMask here, and again, I know it's ugly, but the UI is hopefully improving soon. So on the left-hand side, you have your assets, right? Your crypto assets. And then on the right-hand side is your transaction history. I wish they called it something different than activity, but regardless. So here's the thing. If, like I said, MetaMask is not like the end all be all for your Ethereum wallet or your transactions. If I reinstalled MetaMask Chrome extension right now, my activity probably will be gone. Not probably, it will be gone, right? And that doesn't mean like something was erased or, you know, my assets might not show. It just means that like MetaMask, like I said, is just an interface. So if you go to Etherscan, you can make sure everything's there. And there's actually like a better version of Etherscan, but I'll get to that later. So from MetaMask, you can do a couple things. You can send, just like a bank account, like a wire or something, you can send money to another address. So if I have a friend that just copy pasted their Ethereum address, I can paste it in here. Or like I said, if somebody has like a ENS name, I can just put that here, like krisk.eth, and it will recognize it. And yeah, so sending, receiving, right? That's obvious. And then you can also, I've never used this function myself, but I guess if somebody wants to try buying with a debit card, you can buy crypto directly from MetaMask. I think there is like a pretty conservative limit though. So I don't really, yeah, I've never used this buy button right here. You can swap, and I feel like a lot of people do this. They swapped their crypto directly on here, but I personally use decentralized exchanges. I have done it through here, but MetaMask they do find you like a good route to like swap, get the most for your tokens, but there's more efficient like apps made specifically for this. So you don't have to use the swap function on here. I'm gonna take a question that Nicholas has real quick. When creating a MetaMask, it asks you if you already have a wallet. Does that mean I could sync my existing wallet Exodus with MetaMask, or does it mean if you already have a MetaMask wallet? That's a good question. You mean like when you're signing up, when you're like making a brand new account? Hold on, I think Jorge had a question. Let me ask you while you're answering that.
So what do you use?
Oh shit, I accidentally muted you. My bad. Go ahead.
So for exchanging, what do you use instead of MetaMask? What are like the best dApps that you use?
Yeah. So on Ethereum, on the Ethereum network, usually the most popular is Uniswap, especially their like new version V3 is very efficient, and you get like really low slippage, which means you just get the closest to the expected amount when you do swap, right? For stablecoin swaps, like let's say I'm trying to go from USDT Tether to like DAI, Curve is definitely the best option. Curve is like made specifically for stablecoin swaps, and their slippage is insane. Like you'll get almost the exact amount. So and Curve's also on Polygon, so you can swap on there too. But yeah, on Ethereum, it's probably Uniswap is like the most efficient. And then you have SushiSwap as well. And on Polygon, I use either QuickSwap or Curve, like I said, for stablecoins.
Okay. Curve, is that CURV, or did they spell it with the K?
Yeah, curve.fi. So, and their user interface is really weird. Like they went for like that old school Windows look, which I don't really like, but yeah, it can be hard to use just because it looks kind of weird, but you can play around with it and like understand it eventually.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep. And as far as the exit, I think so. Yeah, I think when you're making your MetaMask wallet brand new, you need to like make a new one. Like I don't think you can sync. If that makes sense. And I might be wrong. I've literally just only used MetaMask like my entire DeFi career, so I'm really ignorant when it comes to like different wallets and like hardware wallets. Yeah, we're really early to DeFi. Sorry, I was looking at the chat. All right, so let's get into dApps. I think everybody kind of understands what a wallet is and why you need to pay like a transaction fee, which is gas fees. I don't even think I need to cover gas fees. It's basically like every transaction has a fee, right? If you send money on PayPal, you pay a fee. If you trade stocks, not on all platforms, but some will take a fee. So that's what gas fees is, and they're called gas for whatever reasons because it's ether. But yeah, for Ethereum, every transaction needs you to pay a fee. Somebody needs to pay a fee, and that's there because if there was no fees, somebody can just go on a DeFi app and spam it with like a million transactions and overload it, right? But with fees in place, even if the fees are crazy low, like to send a million transactions to overload like a network, it's going to cost you way too much money and it's not worth it. So that's why the fees are there. It's like built-in security. Yeah. Any question on fees before I go into dApps? Question real quick. Question. No, I think we're good. All right. So dApps, I personally kind of am starting to not like that they're called dApps just because, that's what, a lot of crypto and DeFi people call them because it stands for decentralized apps. But when new people come in, they think it's a typo. It looks weird. So if you probably hear me calling them DeFi apps or just apps because, dApps is just doing too much. Yeah, dApps are these decentralized apps, just like, you have Venmo on your phone or Cash App or Robinhood, except, dApps are built on the Ethereum network, which is, spread out and distributed all over the world. And it's censorship resistant. It's like there's no one place you can go to shut down Aave or Compound, right? The code is open source, and that's a big one too. Like all the code for all these apps is literally public. Like you can copy and paste it and make a new one if you want. Like that's what open source and open finance kind of means. Like if you guys have heard of like SushiSwap, for example, or Uniswap. Uniswap is like one of the biggest like exchange right now, and it was literally it started off as like a fork, as they call it, or like a copy paste of this other app called Bancor. So it happens all the time. Like if a community is not happy with the direction that one of these decentralized apps is going because it's run by like the community, they can just get together, copy paste, and start improving and working on like the new app, which is like a branch of the old one. So, and like rename, rebrand, all that. So it's dope because like competition always breeds a better experience for the end user, like for us. And having the ability to like overnight, like make a new app and like clone it or fork it, whatever you want to call it, just keeps everybody on their toes, like to make sure that, every dApp that they're working on is, headed in the right direction. So it's like it's an interesting setup with this whole like open finance. I read an article today where some like 14-year-old, I think, in India built a DeFi app with like it was holding like $1 to $3 million in user funds. So like I said, man, people can build at the speed of light. Like there's no permission to get, and any dApps can use each other. So everything's changing so fast. Everything's like moving forward so fast. And that's why this space is just exponentially going to grow over time. But yeah, so everything I got open pretty much, like Curve, decentralized app, right? The token holders of Curve can vote on, future proposals to make changes to the platform. Pooled Together is also a decentralized app. Yeah, there's tons. I'm not going to sit here and go through them, but I think it's pretty straightforward what dApps are. So before, I mean, I covered like some really good. I was actually pretty quick. Do you guys have any questions that I can answer really fast as far as like dApps or MetaMask? Because I feel like a lot of people are gonna have some issues with MetaMask just because it's like not the easiest to use. All right, so I got a direct message question. So MetaMask holds and protects funds similar to the hardware wallet. It's just digital. Basically, yeah. Yeah, so your MetaMask is your Ethereum wallet. And yeah, it just literally holds your crypto assets. Like you can send your funds there. Like as you see, it has some of my Link, Maker, Uniswap. It just has it, and that it's literally your bank account. It's your bank account. When you deposit funds into Aave, does interest grow automatically? Yeah. So let me show you guys. So as you see on Aave, interest like compounds. So yeah, that's not really related to the lecture, but let's see. Walter asked, I can buy on Coinbase and from there put it in MetaMask, from there to Aave. Exactly. Yeah. So if you think about MetaMask like your bank account, it makes sense, even though because like your dollars that go into your bank account, like they start from somewhere, right? And crypto doesn't start on MetaMask. Like you have to deposit it in or send it in or wire it in. And that's what like Coinbase or Binance or Kraken is. Like you buy your crypto assets there, send them to MetaMask, and then MetaMask, like you can get your hands dirty and connect to DeFi. Yeah, Brandon, this is MetaMask on my screen. It's MetaMask is just a Chrome extension, right? A browser extension. And like, let me show you. So I think I'm already connected to, I'll just disconnect from Aave. So you see how like in the top right corner here, I can disconnect, right? And that's basically like my logout. So I can't see, like there's no dashboard. I just see like the public website, like what everybody else sees. And as soon as I go to connect, right? And here's like the different wallet options, even like the hardware wallet, but you choose browser wallet. And now I'm connected. And when I go to my dashboard, I can see like, it's a login. It's a login, which is like instantaneous. And it's like an instantaneous bank basically. So yeah, I think it's important to like realize what MetaMask is because a lot of people just download it and they're not really understanding what they're using. All right, so how do we find the dApps? Is this find as you go type thing? I'm sure there's like a directory for like apps. I mean, yeah, there's just so much. There's so much. You have to like know what you want. And I'm gonna clue you guys in. I'm actually making like a dApp or an app, DeFi app wiki to add to my website, let's do DeFi.com. So that should be getting out soon. And yeah, I think it's a great place because yeah, that's missing. Like a lot of people ask me that, like, is there like a place I can just go and look at all the apps? So yeah, I'm working on that. I'm working on that for you guys. Is there homework this week? Yeah, for sure. So I don't know how many people are in here. Anybody know? I got like my screen in a weird setup. Okay, 148. So I don't know how many of you have your MetaMask set up, but I highly doubt that it's all 150 of you. So that's definitely the homework. I would say get fund your MetaMask. So set it up, send some funds to it, and probably since Ethereum can be like kind of expensive to play around in if you're like a beginner, you can use my yield farming guide to send funds to Polygon and then do some of the stuff that I have on there. But I think the easiest thing to do is join the Pool Together lottery on Polygon. And it's basically this one right here that I didn't win. But I mentioned this, I think today. Yo, you guys are sleeping on Pool Together. Like, so there's a 24-hour lottery on the USDT pool. So you just deposit USDT, and every 24 hours, like a winner is picked, right? And so yesterday's winner, June 18th, the prize was what, like $500, and their deposit total, they had only $2,600 in there, right? And that money is also earning Matic rewards right now. So just for having their 2,600 chill in there, they won an extra 500 on top of like Matic rewards that they're getting like constantly. Yeah, nice APY. Daniel said he just invested into the sushi pool. Oh yeah, I helped you do that. If I'm not if I got the right person. But yeah, there's different types of pools. So let me show you guys. So most of these pools, except all of them except USDT, are on Ethereum, and they can be. Daniel, how much did it cost you in transaction fees to deposit into the sushi pool? $13. True. Yeah, $13 to deposit. It's actually not bad. But yeah, I would say this is the homework. Like, let Pool Together. It's like the best first DeFi app to get your hands dirty with. And once you do that, I also have a tutorial. Let me pull up. Let me go to my yield farming. Oh. All right. So if you have my Polygon yield farming guide, which is my pinned tweet on Twitter, I just actually revised the no loss lottery strategy. So I made a video and everything. It's so easy. It's very easy. But yeah, I think the homework is basically get a MetaMask. Show me that you get a MetaMask. Like, show me that you made it. Like, send me a screenshot on Twitter, a DM, or whatever on Discord. And you can either deposit directly into like an Ethereum lottery pool, like the USDC or the DAI one, like one of these two. Or like Daniel, if you have like sushi that is doing nothing, or comp tokens that are doing nothing, you can just deposit them into their respected lottery pools. But yeah, basically, all of these pools are 7-day winners. So they'll like, everybody pools money in there. That money collects interest on like Aave, and it collects a lot of interest, right? And that we can get like 50K, and then that interest is given out to a winner. So that's why it's called a no loss lottery, because once you like deposit, let's say $1,000, it's not gone. It's just earning interest, right? Collectively with everybody else's money. So at the end of the week or whatever, you can pull out that $1,000 even if you didn't win. It's really cool. It's a really cool app. And yeah, right now I'm in the Polygon one, I'm in the DAI one, and I'm in the pool one, the pool tokens. So I'm yet to win, but there's an hour and a half left inside the pool lottery, the pool token lottery, which is like 5K to the winner. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, for as far as homework, pool together. Go to my guide, and well, this is, you don't have to go to my guide, but I actually have like on my main website a Pool Together guide for like just the regular Ethereum pools. So yeah, let's do DeFi.com. Check it out, deposit. And it's just fun, man. It's like fun to have something to look forward to. There's actually a really cool website. What was it? I think it's let me find it for you guys. Yeah, this website right here is the luckiest winners leaderboard. So it's basically the people that got the luckiest on Pool Together. It's like this person deposited $73 and won 40,000. This person had $247 and won 11,000. So yeah, it's a really cool app. Definitely recommend that you guys like get your hands dirty with this. Yeah, Gabriel Adams. Yeah. Um, I think I like zoomed past Jorge has a question. I think I zoomed past everything, but it seems like everybody like followed along, right? Like wallets and stuff, wallets and dApps are pretty easy like to understand, right?
What's something similar to Alchemix, or what would you recommend for borrowing or taking out loans?
So what's your goal? Like, are you trying to purchase something with a loan? Or are you trying to
Well, I'm trying to so my plan is kind of like use so I'm trying to borrow 35% of my portfolio using M1 Finance, and then I was hoping to like plug that into Alchemix to get like 50% off, 50% of that deposit, and do like some, and then I buy more assets. But I'm
Mhm.
just like you said, I'm just unsure of using Alchemix because you said I wouldn't know like exactly when my loan would be paid off. So I'm wondering like what would be like another option?
Yeah, Alchemix isn't really it sounds like it can be like good to get like a loan and get yield off it, but it really is works best if you truly need like a big purchase that you're going to make and you'd rather just get, you know, get it in the form of like an Alchemix loan where like 100% of your money is earning interest while like you can take out 50% and buy whatever you need, and then your other 50 is still there. You can, it's not locked, you can get it anytime you want.
Right.
So I don't think it's not like a lot of people mistake it for something they can like finesse and like, you know, get put money in, take 50 out, reinvest, but that's just leverage. You can do that anywhere. You can do that on Aave if you want.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let me look at the chat. Yeah, does like wallets and like MetaMask, is there any questions as far as like MetaMask? I'm trying to make that like the focus of this session, just because it's like all of you will need to use it. So I'm trying to make sure. And if you do have questions like after the lecture, uh, just go to my website, Let's Do DeFi. If you have, most of you have, I think, and there's a guide, like a walkthrough of setting up your wallet. So, I mean, yeah, this isn't like rocket science anyway. Like it's all easy, but you guys need to do it. Like this is the homework. Like I want all 100, 200, however many people are in here to like make a MetaMask and like tweet me or something, like tell me you made it. How can you transfer coins onto MetaMask from Coinbase or Binance? Uh, all right, cool. Let me walk through that one more time. So basically, like let's say I just like let's say I just purchased Ethereum on Coinbase, right? What I can do is come to MetaMask or like within Coinbase, you go to send, like send the funds, right? That's what you're asking. And what you can do is click on the three dots, open this up, and Coinbase has an option where you can just scan the QR code with your camera, and then it'll automatically like input your address. Or you can just do it like regular way, just copy your address and send it to yourself. Yeah, very easy. So all it is, like when you're going from exchange, when you're like funding your MetaMask, it's literally like sending an email, right? You're just on your Coinbase email sending to your MetaMask email. Like that's the easiest way I could put it. So yeah, that's a good question. Somebody just asked, is there any fees associated with transferring from like Coinbase to MetaMask? So yeah, usually there is. There is. So since USDC is like Coinbase's like own stablecoin, if you're just trying to get like dollars onto your MetaMask, like in the form of like crypto, USDC is, I don't think they charge like any fee from if you're sending from Coinbase. Like if you buy USDC on Coinbase and send it to MetaMask, it's like almost no fees, I think, last time I did it. Either that or really low fees. Martin just asked, do I need Ethereum to work with Aave? I tried sending my Matic from MetaMask to Aave and it wouldn't let me deposit. Yeah, Martin, I would follow my yield farming guide like step by step because all that is answered in there. Let me see if there's anything that I missed. I think I'll just talk about stablecoins while we're like on the topic. So stablecoins, as I say, are digital dollars. They're basically a better version of like dollars. And don't get it wrong, stablecoins are not just like one-to-one with the US dollar. Basically, they can be one-to-one with any currency, right? There's a euro stablecoin that's pegged to the euro. I think there's one for like the Japanese yen, right? So by stable, it just means that its price is pegged to whatever asset it represents, right? Where the ones that we know, like DAI, USDT, USDC, they're all pegged to the US dollar, right? So since you can't use physical dollars on the Ethereum blockchain, you convert them into one of these coins on like Coinbase or something, and then you can use it in DeFi. That's basically what it is. And it's good for like people that, let's say you want to just earn some passive interest on Aave. Let me just pull it up. Like you see right here, I have DAI, USDC, and USDT on here. And all three of these are not exposed to like price movements. So to those people that are like risk averse and don't want like exposure to like Ethereum dropping or Bitcoin dropping in price, or I mean, you're limited to upside as well, but yeah, you can just get stable coins and use them in DeFi. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. They're pegged to the dollar, and they're digital dollars. They're crypto dollars, if you want to call it. And I put some of the examples of stable coins here. Yeah, a lot of this information, I mean, that you're seeing is on my site. So yeah, I think I covered most of like this section as far as like what decentralization is in my first lecture. So no need to go over that. But as far as homework, guys, you have like all of these guides like at your disposal. Depositing into Aave, Compound. What I suggest is you play a no loss lottery, which we just talked about on pooltogether.com. And yeah, I feel like this was really compact and really like successful session as far as like explaining what MetaMask and wallets and dApps and transaction fees do. So let's just jump into Q&A. Raise your hand if you have a question, and try to keep it related to like what we talked about, just so that in the recording people can, it's not like too off topic. I'll do like an off topic Q&A after in the crypto voice chat. But if you got any like related questions, type them in the chat or raise your hand and we can talk about it for a little while. So we buy Aave on Coinbase and send it to MetaMask. Yeah, Brandon. So yeah, any crypto, you buy it wherever you want to buy it, whether it's Binance or Coinbase, and you send it over to MetaMask. Yeah. So it seems like a lot of people have that question. Yeah, it's not really, I would suggest just doing this stuff because it doesn't make sense until you actually like, send that first transaction or like send from an exchange to your MetaMask. But yeah, I would recommend just trying it out. Make your wallet and just start playing with DeFi. All right, so Jorge asked, what are stablecoins involved in no loss lottery? So the pools that they have open for stablecoins are USDC, USDT is on the Polygon network only, but USDC and DAI are their main ones. These two are their main ones, and they have the biggest prizes as of now. They recently added Sushi. They've had Compound for a while. They got their own pool token, and yeah. Yield farming, is it kind of like a savings account? No. Yield farming is like basically strategies on how to get the best like returns on your crypto assets. Yeah, it's not like a singular thing. Like it's not a app or a savings account. It's just like the act of like arbitraging yield, basically. Like say I have Ethereum, I put it into Aave, I get a loan out against it. I use that loan to do whatever, like play a crypto lottery and maybe win. I can use it to provide liquidity to like a stable coin pair and get fees from like exchange swaps. There's a lot. There's a lot we'll talk about, but like I don't want to get carried away because like there's a lot of fun stuff at like the end of the rainbow. And I know everybody wants to get into that, but like trust me, if we don't go over the basics in the foundation, you're gonna get lost and you might end up just losing money. Like there was a crazy event that just happened like this past week. I don't know if any of you heard about it. This project called like Titan Iron Finance. Basically, their main coin like of the platform went from like $50 at its peak to like zero, like zero. Yeah, the Mark Cuban story, yeah. And I was actually providing liquidity to their stable coin with USDC. So even I lost like a tiny bit of money. It was only like $300 because their stable coin even lost its peg. Like it was just so like a really shitty build. And yeah, it was an interesting event, but I got out of it quick. I didn't lose like much, but a lot of people probably like lost a good amount just because they're not like hip of the fundamentals and like how everything works and providing liquidity. Like most people are gonna flock to that project and be like, all right, I'm gonna buy the Titan token. But like me, like there's no way I'm not buying like a farmable token on a brand new like dApp. Like hell no. What I did instead is I played off the volatility, right? I knew people were gonna be buying and selling. So I provided liquidity to a stable coin pair, which I'm not really exposed to, or I thought I wasn't exposed to price swings, but ended up losing its peg. And I only lost like $300. But you know, it is what it is. I was actually like, if I got in it a couple days earlier, I would have been making like 50,000% annually. It was crazy. It was a crazy thing. But what I'm trying to get across is like a lot of these opportunities pop up in DeFi, and I'm trying to teach you like how to recognize them and how to understand how they work and like the economics behind all these like projects so that you guys can capitalize on it. Because if I tell you like a play or a strategy, like sure you'll do it, but then you might not even know how to get out of it, or you might do it in a way where you get out of it too late, or it's just better to like know like all the basics. And that's what like my goal is for this whole like class, lesson, whatever you want to call it. All right, take a couple more questions. How to bridge the Matic network to your MetaMask? Oh yes. All right, I'm glad you asked this. Who was that? Kareem Thomas. All right, so yeah, this is a great question. So the best way, and this is in my yield farming guide, and it's something I forgot to talk about, so thanks for bringing it up, is your MetaMask. It basically has like multiple wallets. Not to confuse you guys, but your address, that doesn't change, right? Your OX whatever address represents both your Ethereum and your and your Polygon wallets. You can't send from Ethereum. Like right now, if I were to do a send and somebody gave me their address and said, hey, send this to my Polygon address, I can't do that. There's no like switch for me to be like, all right, this is his address, but don't send it to his Ethereum address, send it to his Polygon. There's no switch. So what we have to do is bridge funds. And let me just, perfect example. So the way we do this is through Zapper. So once you have like your whatever asset that you want to send over to the Polygon network, you basically come to zapper.fi, click on bridge on the left-hand side, and you basically just choose what asset that you want to send, right? So if I want to send Ethereum, I click, Ethereum, choose a token, and then come down here, make sure the network is Polygon, select Ethereum again, and then just confirm. And when I pay that transaction, it basically sets off like on a bus and goes across that, bridge to go from Ethereum to Polygon. So yeah, you're bridging funds. But here's the thing. So in MetaMask, you have to, and this hopefully this doesn't get like confusing. You have to switch networks. So if I'm I think Pool Together is a good example for this. So remember how I told you that most of their pools are on Ethereum except for one, right? So right now my MetaMask is on Ethereum, right? It says 0.12 ETH. So I can deposit into all of these pools except for one, right? This one I can deposit in because it's on the Ethereum network. Like if you look close, it says Ethereum, 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 right? But the USDT one says Polygon, right? And if I go here, I can't deposit on it. It'll tell me like, yeah, I can't deposit on it. So if I want to deposit on it, this is what I got to do. The best way to do this, or the easiest way, if it's your first time, is you go to quickswap.exchange. And this isn't my yield farming guide, by the way, but it's probably a good thing to go over. So you go to quickswap.exchange, and in the top right, you click switch to Matic. So watch this. When I click switch to Matic, it's just going to automatically fill in everything. And all I got to do is click switch network. And now I'm on the Matic network. So now if I go to my MetaMask, you'll see that it says how much Matic I have and not how much ETH. So it's a little confusing because you share the same address. Like this address right here doesn't change, right? But then you have like a Polygon balance and an Ethereum balance. So I know the way you can think of it is like you have a bank account. You have a bank account on the Ethereum island and a bank account on the Polygon island. It's the same like name, right? It's registered under your name. Like mine will be under Kris, which will be like the address, but both can have like a different balance. And when I'm on the Polygon island, I have to switch my network so that I'm using my Polygon bank account. It's a little confusing. Just because there's like not many metaphors to finance that I can tie to, just because it's like brand new, right? There's nothing to compare it to. But when you're dealing with Polygon apps, and by the way, like these apps, like you saw with Pool Together and Aave, are on both islands, right? Aave has a Ethereum app and a Polygon app. So don't worry. Like if you're worried about what if I'm on the wrong network and I deposit funds onto Aave, like it won't let you. It recognizes, Aave will recognize that you're on the wrong network and it will tell you. So that's not a concern, or shouldn't be a concern. Is there any questions on like switching back and forth? And then finally, like once you do it once you do the quick swap trick once, right, of switching to Matic, what you can do is in the top drop down right here, just click it and go back to Ethereum. And that's all. So now you can switch between the two, like Ethereum, go back to Matic, right? And that bugged, which probably go away. Yeah. So you switch between the two to use different apps that are on like both chains. Yeah. Thanks to whoever asked that. And I think teaching us how to fish versus giving us a fish. Exactly. Yeah. I think some people have struggled with like the whole Matic switchover, or like going from Ethereum to Polygon in their MetaMask, but this quick swap trick is a lifesaver. Like so many people that I've pointed them to, it just saves so much time and confusion and like explanation. Like all you do is switch to Matic and you're good to go. So yeah, okay. Let me take some questions. Let me scroll up. All right. I watched the YouTube videos, but that was the only thing missing. True. The different networks is most confusing. I agree. Okay. So what does bridging funds essentially do? Still a tad bit confused on that. Right. So here's how I explain it, right? Let's say you're in America, right? And you have a bank account on Like you open a bank account in Germany or Hawaii. No, that's I'm trying to use like the island comparison, right? You open a bank account somewhere that's not um like the same like continent, right? So in order to move money from like the US to Germany, right, you have to send your dollars there somehow, right? And you have to do it in a secure manner. So pretend the bridge is literally like a bridge between the US and Europe. And apps like Zapper are literally a bus that takes your crypto and drives it across that bridge for you to deposit it into your Germany bank account. Right. So that's what bridging means. Just think of like an actual bridge from like one country to another where there's like an ocean in between. And you're literally sending funds on that bridge so that you can, buy stuff in Germany or, invest in real estate in Germany. You have money over there. That's basically all it is. Yeah, I know it's like it could be confusing, but let me see. Jorge asked a question. Yeah, and if you guys have questions, man, raise your hand if you want.
So why is it that when you like, why is that your deposit amount on Pool Together changes your odds of winning?
All right, say that again.
So like in Pool Together, if you like your deposit amount, depending on how much you want to like deposit, that will change your odds of winning.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah, so it's basically like, so every dollar basically counts as a ticket. So if you have $100 in a big, like let's say there's like a big hat, right? And we're all putting our dollars in there, and whichever dollar gets picked wins. So if you have more dollars in that hat, you have
Oh, I see.
more of a
Okay.
chance to win. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So the more money, the better chance to win, basically.
And then winners are picked weekly or?
Yeah. So for all of the pools except for I believe the USDT and let me see the Gemini one. So the Gemini one is brand new. But yeah, all the pools are picked weekly except for USDT.
Cool. Okay. And that one
Yeah.
is that one is daily or?
Yeah, USDT is every 24 hours, literally.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty cool. And for the
yeah.
USDT one,
Okay.
you're getting 12% in Matic rewards right now. So it's an added bonus. Yeah, like I have, let me see. I think I have like six or $7,000 in the USDT one. Let me see. Where'd it go? Yeah. So I got $6,700 in the USDT one. And my rewards are, let me refresh this. I think I've earned like, I don't know, five or seven Matic in like a day or two. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I got almost 7 Matic just for being in the lottery, which is pretty damn cool. But yeah,
Yeah.
these Matic rewards, I think they're most likely going to go away in like, what's today? I think like mid-July. They got extended mid-July, unless they decide to like extend them even more. But yeah, and every pool that you are in, you're getting pool tokens. Except the sushi one right now has a rewards program where you're getting more sushi, like you can see right here. But every other one, you're getting the governance token of Pool Together, which is the pool token, which is also really cool.
And what can you do with that pool token?
Basically, you can either redeposit it into the pool token lottery, or
Oh, okay.
it's literally like voting power. So you can literally have a say in like what gets added or changed and Pool Together. Like all of these apps, like all the governance tokens, they act as voting power. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, okay. So each app has a governance token?
Um, yeah. Most of the times they do. Now whether or not it's it's set like a DApp is set up in a way where like it's an efficient, decentralized, autonomous organization, and like it's actually like functioning, like the token itself has function and people actually vote. Like that's a different story. But yeah, most DApps are gonna have decentralized ones are gonna have a governance token like Aave, Compound, Uniswap, SushiSwap, Alchemix, etc.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. D New has a question. All right.
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Quick question. I guess this is for a future class.
Yeah.
This class, could you, and I guess this also goes to the future class also, could you do a future class on the different DeFi coins and the significance of them? And for this question, why Matic as opposed to any other coin? Why is Matic the coin of choice to be?
You're asking like from strictly like speculative investing type
Yeah,
of angle?
because I noticed that, we're going from Ethereum when we're doing the bridge, let's say, we're bridging Ethereum to Poly.
Yeah. All right.
That particular
So
is the coin of choice. Or is it the coin of choice? Could it be
yeah,
bridge?
I'm not saying like any is a coin of choice. I'm just saying like I think this is a good explanation. I tweeted this a while ago about what Matic kind of is, and it's basically like a side chain or a sidecar to Ethereum, and it's like another app store that relieves traffic and pressure off Ethereum while Ethereum scales. It's by no means like a replacement of Ethereum. Like Ethereum is like king as far as all this goes, and I'm not really saying like one thing like one way or another as far as like Matic is like the coin to buy, right? But I mean it has utility, right? It's every transaction on the Polygon network is paid in Matic, so
Gotcha.
and
I think
that
that's
ecosystem is thriving. So yeah,
right. I think that's what it boils down to, is having a better understanding of the utilities
yeah,
of certain coins and the different coins like DAI and
yeah, for sure.
like, for example, how does Stellar work into the DeFi ecosystem at all?
Nah, not really, man. I don't really hear about Stellar, but that's essentially what I'm trying to do. Like, it's once you know like how all this works, like how DAOs work and how governance tokens work and how they operate, and like what coins have utility, what don't, and like what treasuries are and how you can control the treasury, like that is the game changer. And I know most people don't want to hear it. Like they want me to tell you like, yo, buy this, buy this, buy that. But like understanding it is the real like money maker in this space. I think Jorge has another question.
Oh no, I'm good. I think I forgot to lower my hand. My bad.
Oh, true. You're good. D New, I think.
Yeah. I think that's the main thing is understanding the ecosystem.
Yeah. And I'm working on a decentralized like a DeFi app wiki that's gonna have like all these dApps and tell you like what they're used for. Are they decentralized? What do their coins do? Can you make money by like staking their coins? So that's gonna drop soon. And yeah, I think that's a lot of people have that question that you do that. You know, I'm assuming that you want to do some research before jumping in, right? At the end of the day, like you do want to like make some money and invest, but you want to like actually learn about like what's actually worthwhile.
Yeah, I want to understand more
Yeah.
than buying a coin, so to speak. I want to understand how to navigate properly, and I know
Yeah.
that you're going to teach us. So I think that because there's just so many apps and there's so many coins, and understanding what each one does and how to
Mhm.
use them, the better I know, and I guess all of us know how to use them and what they're used for. Like you said, like
Yeah.
Poly takes a lot of the weight. It seems it takes a lot of the weight off of the Ethereum network.
Yeah.
Allows for the transactions to move faster and smoother, and
Hmm.
the overall cuts down on the gas fees and all of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I just think that the more I know or we know about,
Hmm.
hey, that's what Poly does, this is what Dye does, this is what, and I guess it's just Googling and finding as much information as
Yeah,
possible.
yeah. But I'm gonna make content that's gonna help you guys like take all these shortcuts that I didn't have when I started. So yeah,
Right.
definitely. Yeah.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yep. And one more thing. So my yield farming guide, I just added a I don't know if it's live yet, but yeah, I added a lot of people had this question, how to send funds from Polygon back to Ethereum. So I made a little guide like an hour or two ago, and it's up. And one thing that you have to note that I mentioned in the video is the Matic token, uh, kind of like a shitty part, but that the Matic token itself has like it's only compatible with like a certain type of bridge called the plasma bridge. And long story short, it takes like 7 days to go from Polygon back to Ethereum. Yeah, don't ask why. It's like techie stuff, but yeah. So if you like need some emergency funds or something, just keep that in mind. But yeah, I think a lot of people, I haven't announced this yet. Like I literally just posted this. So on the yield farming guide at the very bottom, there is a video tutorial on how to send funds from Polygon back to Ethereum. Yeah, I think we covered a lot of ground pretty quickly. Can you use a Trust wallet instead of MetaMask? Yeah, you can. All right, guys. So we're a little bit over an hour. What I want to do now is kind of wrap up the class, and I'm gonna hop in Discord in the crypto voice chat for a little while, and just we can take all kinds of like off-topic questions if you guys want. So I'm about to stop sharing and head off the call. And yeah, I'll be in Discord in the crypto voice chat, and you guys can ask me anything like off topic. All right, that's today's class. Hopefully, everybody kind of learned about wallets and stuff. So your homework is set up a MetaMask wallet. Tweet me, DM me, tell me, like, show me that you did, and deposit something in the pool together, man. That's it. Thank you guys. See you guys in the chat. Yeah. So before you guys leave, most of you probably already left. I don't think next Saturday will be the class. It might be Sunday. So stay tuned, and I'll let you guys know in the Discord. Appreciate you guys watching, man. All right. See you guys in like 2 minutes.